Have you ever wondered, moving to a new country can change your life forever? I left everything behind to start a new life in America. This is my story. This series, I'll take you through in my journey, why I came to America, the struggles, the challenges, the victories, how this country changed me. This isn't just my story, a story of hope, challenges, and dreams. I wanted to share it with you. Hi, I'm Mary Ann. I would like to share to you my background, where I was born. I was born in the Philippines in a small town called Mlang. It is located in the province of Cotabato. Growing up, raised by a beautiful mother and a very strict father, was not easy. My father was a very strict disciplinarian, and he believes greatly in education. So I went to a public school in my grammar years near my house and to a Catholic school in high school. Our life was very ordinary because my parents never owned a land, so everything were dependent on my father's mere salary. He was a teacher and he retired as a district supervisor. And my mother was only a housewife. And I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. We are all professionals. Unfortunately, my older brother, the oldest, passed away 2 years ago because of prostate cancer. We are a very close, tight family. So I went home during that time and it was very, very sad because he was really our big brother. After my high school, I had no clue of what degree I'm going to pursue. I was very, very confused and I don't know what to do. So my sister that time was a graduating student at Notre Dame University in Cotabato City. The interview was why you wanted to take nursing. So the person interviewed me. She was the clinical instructor. Very nice teacher. And she asked me why you wanted to take nursing. And my answer was, because I was innocent, I wanted to help my parents. And then she asked me question again. And I forgot maybe what I answered few minutes ago. And she asked me again, what is my goal? So I just said something like, one day I wanted to go abroad. And then she asked me again, you said that you wanted to help your parents. And now you're telling me you wanted to go abroad. So quickly I answered her that my parents are poor. And if I go abroad, I can help them financially. I can uplift their living. And she said, okay. So I was accepted in the College of Nursing. Coming from a small town, going to the city, and I don't have enough nice clothes. I always get a hands-me-down clothes from my sisters because I'm the youngest girl of all the girls. We are 5 girls. So I went to college and I don't have enough clothes. So I felt inferior. I was not a city girl. And in the college, we have uniform. We wear this Notre Dame University uniform. So during the time, my mom, who has a cousin that went to almost the same school with the same uniform, and she got pregnant and she wasn't able to continue her schooling, she gave the uniform to my mom. My mom knows how to fix clothes for us because when she married my father, my mom was first year college. My father gave her a sewing machine. So my mom fixed that uniform and gave it to me. And that was my uniform when I was attending Notre Dame University. And of course, when I was in second year, third year, and fourth year in the College of Nursing, I was also wearing a nursing uniform. So life was not easy that time because I have 4 brothers, I have 4 sisters, but everybody were also trying to build their life. So when I was in college, my older brother who passed away, he was a civil engineer. He had a good job in Middle East. Till he died, he worked even home. They hired him because he was like a gas engineer. Anyway, so my brother was giving me money through my father, 1,000 pesos per month. If you convert that to US dollar, only $18. And every weekend, if somebody will go home to our town, my mom would send me equivalent of $2. And we're talking in 1983 to 87 because I graduated College of Nursing 1987. So during that time, money still has some value. The peso still has some value. So I have an allowance of 100 peso or 200 peso in a week. And I have no money to go shopping. There's no such word as shopping. I never went to a disco bar. I never had social life when I was in college because I was studying hard. I wanted to finish my nursing degree. So after graduating nursing, my parents attended, of course, and I was so excited, and I passed the boards for nursing, and right away, I wanted to prepare myself to pass the US exam. So the exam that time was called CGFNS, and it is made up of nursing and English. So I was preparing myself. I was reviewing. I went and attended a review center in Manila. And by the way, everything were financed by me. I did not bother my father or my mother because I always felt bad that they don't have enough money. So right after graduation, I was hired by Notre Dame University to be a clinic nurse, a university nurse. So I got a job right away. And after a few months, because during the time, the clinical instructors were flying to United States to work. So they need clinical instructors. So fortunately, I was hired to be a clinical instructor. Honestly, I was young that time. I was 22 years old. And I was a newbie. And I felt like inferior with the rest of the clinical instructors. And I felt that I wasn't also treated well by them. And that's only how I felt. But some of them were nice to me. But some of them, I know they were kind of undermining me. Because I wasn't the smartest kid in the classroom. But I have to thank the director of nursing in that school had trust on me, and she hired me. So I worked as a clinical instructor. So I was some income. I paid my review center, and I was working so hard, preparing so hard. And that time, my brother was a scholar here in United States. I wasn't sure if he was a Fulbright scholar, but he got 100% scholarship here. He graduated from Mindanao State University, and after that, he went for his master's in UP in the Philippines, University of the Philippines, and after that, he went to University of Ohio. So my brother was here, he was studying, and I wrote him a letter because during that time, there was no phone. I wrote him a letter, and I sent him the application for CGFNS. The application fee that time was $100. I know my brother did not have enough money that time, And I heard he was also working extra to supplement his allowance in school. Although he was 100% free in school and maybe he had a little bit of allowance, but I heard that he was also doing some odd jobs. I heard that like he worked as an elevator person, something like that. I wasn't so sure. So my brother was very nice and he paid the CGFNS. And I sent him the application and I can never forget this. He said to me, "You look so pretty in your picture here in your application." So I was preparing for that exam. And I went to Manila and was taken in PICC. So I took the exam. I passed the nursing part. But I had a hard time on the English part because the English was so fast. It was a very simple English, but it was the speed. It was a TOEFL exam. So, I wanted to tell you what happened in my next series because this is getting too long. In part 2, I'm going to share to you how I prepared myself leaving the Philippines to start a new life in America. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching.